Hi, good evening to all of you. I am Dr.K.Sudheendra Rao. So I would be taking this today's session. So I'll just start the session. Okay. So just to some of you have been already registered course. You must have registered in our Raj Informatica courses, but some of you might be joining for the first time, and hence just I would like to introduce you to about Raj Informatica. Raj Informatica. Raj has been running this training courses based on initially for Informatica, and then now it has been upgraded to cloud technologies. A lot of courses have been running. Initially, a lot of batches of Informatica has been completed, and now other technologies, cloud-based technologies like Snowflake, Tableau, and AWS develops. These have been started, and simultaneously there is also a Python full stack course is also there. Uh, this is Python for AI. This is a new course that a month back we had launched. So this course we have completed one batch, and the new batch is going to start from tomorrow. This is basically a demo session of tomorrow's the sessions that we are going to have on Python for AI. So Raj Informatica has been running quite extensive job-oriented courses, and you can go through the YouTube channel. That just I'll open up this. Okay, so Raj Informatica. This is a there is a lot of open source. Some of the content which have been made available to all of you. You can go through a lot of videos related to data base management. Some of those videos are available. You can please subscribe and watch these videos. It might be helpful for most of you, whoever is wanting to come into software development different courses. So please do subscribe to this channel, and it would be nice that you can do the same. Okay. For today's course, today's session, uh, you know this is Python for AI. This is the course that we have floated. We have successfully completed one batch. uh, you know uh, yeah. Yeah, so just to introduce myself, I'm Dr.K.Sudheendra Rao. So I did my PhD from IIT Kanpur. I'm also a certified data scientist. I do have extensive experience in data acquisition and analysis software development. I have developed and sold some of these technical software to different clients. And, I also have trained more than 3,000 students in robotics, drones, AI, and ML. Some of these students have participated in national competitions and won the awards. And I had helped them in participating those events by all the support that was required. So I also currently am the founder and director of Liquotronics Tech Private Limited. This is the company which is related to electronics products that I am the founder of this company. And I have passions about innovating in the fields of technology and education. And I have been trying to empower the next generation tech professionals through hands-on training and real-time projects. So in that process, we have launched one of these courses as hands-on training related to Python, and especially ChatGPT and AI being used for real-time projects to be executed with the help of ChatGPT and with the help amount of Python. So this course, just to give you an overview, has around 30 hours of interactive live sessions, and we'll be having 15 sessions, 2 hours each. We will have each one having extensive curriculum which is covering the key basic Python topics. Then we will also be having two hands-on projects related to various domains. We have identified around 6 domains. From the 6 domains, based on the users, we will make the choice of 2 projects. You will be taking a preferential poll from the all the registered participants. From there, we will take up 2 of the projects for execution from full end to end. What do you mean by end to end? We will start with importing the data. It could be CSV file, it could be Excel file, or maybe some API, application programming interface data being downloaded, and all starting from data, then some data cleaning, pre-processing, and all that will cover those steps, and some basic visualizations, and some initial analytics of the data, followed by finally some level of like for example, one of the project was algorithmic trading. Like last session when we were trying, the people had given a choice for 50 MA algorithmic trading based on um, uh, Python code. So we had developed and tried to tell what kind of model is better, some level of predictiveness about the trading strategy. That is the things that we had done as a projects. So we will start from basics of the projects, starting importing of the data analysis, and some visual graphics, and try to represent them in a nice way, and some key analytics, and followed by the end conclusion. So there are 2 hands-on project which will be picked up as a part of this project, which will be done from fully end to end. And of course, you will be provided with the personalized support. Anybody requiring any help, they can approach. We will be having our contacts number being saved, and you can contact me individually, and try to take help from me, from the group. You will also take other people's help and support in such a way that you'll be able to do it. Okay. uh, okay, sir, what is the AI specific Python you will be teaching? The curriculum covers general Python. Okay. Aniket, maybe just since I had seen the first chart, I wanted to answer this. So we will be having the question and answer sessions towards the end of the session, where if you feel any question should be asked, please do post it, and we will also give you unmuted access towards the end of the session. Like if you have anything to be asked, please do feel free to ask. Okay. um, yeah. So I'm just continuing this. You will be provided with the personalized support and feedback based on whatever the project that you are trying to do, whatever the help that is required, we'll try to cover. And we will be having comprehensive curriculum of the basics, then followed by the projects. So you will also be provided with the recorded sessions. All the sessions will be accessible to you for your lifetime. You can watch the videos based on and practice whatever that has been taught to you. So we are going to have weekly 4 sessions: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Starting from tomorrow, that is Thursday and Friday. Then Monday, Tuesday, we will be having from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So since this is a session in which kind of all the people whoever is joining in should also get benefited in such a way that the time that is being spent, each and every person, at the end of the day, we want you to learn something. So this is basically, we are trying to make you familiar with the Python and some basic coding, so that you can start doing whatever is you can start off your basic thing that is required, with the help of today's session. But of course, you can if you are getting excited about and learning more about this Python, and with the help of ChatGPT, if you want to solve any of the projects, please feel free to join the course. We will share the details about the course, during the course of when the session as it progresses. Okay, I would like to make you familiarize with the Python, and you should get enough confidence after today's session that anybody can write a simple Python code, and you should be able to execute these codes on your own. That is the basic purpose of today's session. If you follow today's sessions properly, you should be able to run your Python code on your PC, and even if you don't have any basic knowledge about programming or anything as such. Okay, so that is the basic thing that we are trying to cover today, so that you can do some basic coding at the end of the session if you follow all the things. And of course, we will also be providing you with this recording with the link, and you can go through at a later point of time if you are facing some problem with the any of the things that you have been not able to follow. Okay, so that will try to provide with the recorded session as well. So in today's session, basic agenda is, you would be learning about introduction to Python. So what is the Python and why it has become very popular, and little bit background about how these things are coming into picture, and setting up basic environment so that you can start working with the Python. All the installation instructions will be provided with this video. You can start off from there and install it, and then continue to have it. We will move on to little bit of Python basics today. So where all the topics like data types, variables, control structures, loops, etc. I will try to just introduce you in today's session, and a detailed support of all these, for each topic. For example, setting up the environment and introduction to Python itself, usually I take one session, and I start with data types and variables. This is a complete one session of 2 hours, where we'll introduce you what is a variable, what are the different kinds, how you can do. So all that will be a detailed session. Each one is going to be a detailed session in our course. But here in today's session, if somebody is already with the program background, they should be able to just get a start of points, and you will be able to execute some of these codes. That should not be a problem for you. And I will also introduce you to some of the libraries why Python has become very popular in today's session. Then finally we will have some question and answer session today, which should be enlightening for you, all of you, why what are the things that we are going to cover in today's session. Okay, so just to give you a brief background, Python has been very popular, mainly because of its simplicity and readability. Um, Primarily because this is more like a your standard English language which you are trying to read. Mostly that is how when you start seeing the Python code, you will get the feeling that it is more like a English language where you are trying to read. Okay, so that is why it is very popular, and it becomes very easy for a lot of users to be being able to uh, okay, I don't know. Okay, um so this was created by Rasam in first released in 1991, and from there Python has become very popular for a lot of being versatile in its usability. Because this has been cross-platform compatible. What do you mean by that? So you can execute in Windows, Linux, Mac OS. There are all the places you will be able to execute the same lines of code with a little bit of modification. But yeah, it's very minor, compared to other languages where the installations, everything gets complicated. But here it was much simpler and much easier in the case of Python. Okay, so that is why this has become very popular. And the second reason is that this has been employed in diversified fields, starting from web development. You can use it for web development, you can use it for data science, automation, AI, and a lot more features. Especially it's very, very popular for data science. A lot of employment opportunities are there in the data science, and that is where Python has been popular for anybody who wants to work in data science segment. Knowing Python is like, it's very, very essential. So it's not that um, it's very much essential that any programmer or any data science working in the field would be required, would be expected, and would be required to know some basics of Python. you know a lot of companies like Google, NASA, and Instagram, Spotify do use extensively Python. They are built, Google has built the whole thing on Python. They became very, very popular with the help of these programming languages. So as a data science in the programming languages wise, in the data science platform has been very popular. It has a very significant market share as a language, especially in the data science platforms. It's very, very popular. Everybody, if you come among all the programming languages, this has significantly, higher market share compared to any other programming language. It's very, very large, market share compared to that. Okay. Coming to the how we can start using this Python program. So basically, there are two parts to it. First is Python itself has to be installed, which will execute the commands, etc. And there is something called integrated development, environment. Okay. Yeah. So there is a announcement from our team, support team. They have asked for that. Please do share your name and WhatsApp number so that we will add you to Python's AI project group. So we'll start putting you into that WhatsApp group where Python for project a Python for AI. That project group we are going to create. Based on that, we are going to put you into that group. So please do share your name and WhatsApp number. You will be receiving some of the updates regarding the Python for AI, project. Please do send your details to the group. They will share you. They will put you into that group. Okay. So Python, you have to install Python itself, and there is a integrated development environment where Python gets executed with the help of Python, and how you are going to write the code is based on this integrated development environment. There are two popular integrated development environments that usually Python is being executed by various people. One of them is Anaconda. Second one is PyChar. These are the two popular versions. For this project, we'll be using, for this Python for AI with ChatGPT, we are going to use Anaconda. Anaconda is very easy to install, set up, and very small lines of code. You can get it executed independently, and it's a block code execution, which makes it much more user friendly and much easy to deploy. Whatever the code you want to write, you can easily write and get it employed. Whatever the thing that you want to do with the code, it becomes much easier. But PyCharm is more for like full stack developers who are trying to develop a much more longer much bigger codes with lots of lines of codes, and you will be requiring to debug each line by line. Then a lot of complications are there. Then I would say that you should be using PyCharm, and you can use it. You just install it and try to execute them, and you can debug line by line. It's something similar to our C. Olden days we used to debug line by line. But Anaconda is very, very popular, and I will demonstrate it to you. It's much easier to get the codes executed there. Inside this Anaconda, there is something called Jupyter Notebook. That is where we are going to write our code blocks. It's called code blocks, where we are going to write a set of commands which will get executed. So how do we start with this? Just you go onto the website, you go to any of the websites, just any of the browsers. It could be, your Chrome, it could be Firefox, or it could be Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, whatever you are going to use as a for general browsing thing. Just you search for Anaconda. Okay, Anaconda. And once you search for Anaconda, I'll just delete this. Okay, Anaconda, you search for this and it will come like this. Anaconda, it searched and it gave the distribution, it came here. So you go there, and I'm just putting the skip registration. I'm just copying the link, and I will paste it into the chat so that you can just directly download it from here. This does okay, waiting room participants. Okay, I'm not okay. So this is a link that you will have. Just you can click on this link. You can get it downloaded, and just you can start from there. So since I have already downloaded, I'll just show it to you how you can use it. I'll just go through there and Anaconda. Okay. So just you have to once you have downloaded, it's approximately 1 GB kind of size. If you have a reasonably speed, you should be able to download in a couple of minutes. That's the speed at which you should be able to download. Okay. Once you double click, it will execute like this. Just you go with the default settings, and you start with the install. It will get completely installed. At the end of it, just you go through the default settings and you finish it. Then by default, you will be asked to open up a Anaconda navigator. It will ask default. If you select yes, then it will directly open this Anaconda navigator. So this Anaconda navigator is, this is how you can download. Just you have to search. I have already shared the link. You can search and download and install. Once you have installed, at the end, it will ask you, do you want to launch the Anaconda navigator? Just you launch it. Then you will have something called like this icon, which has come. And, it will open up this navigator. Okay, this is a navigator. You have a lot of other inbuilt libraries, tools. This you can also use it for other programming languages like R Studio is inbuilt. You can use them. There are other environments, GUIs that are available. You can use them. But for our purpose, for the this course purpose, we'll be using the Jupyter Notebook. So I will be focusing only on that. You can continue to use other for your explorations. Okay, just you can launch here, just Jupyter Notebook from here. It will get launched. You can see that it is trying to launch. It came. Now it will get by default open a something like local host for 88888888/tree. This is the your default folder. Once it has come in, your Jupyter Notebook has got opened up. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, now you can click for a new Python notebook. So once again, I'll just say you have to search for here, Anaconda Navigator. By default, if you are opening it for the second time, freshly you have restarted your computer and you want to open it up, just you search here, Anaconda Navigator. It will come there. You click on Anaconda Navigator. It will open up this page. Once this page has been opened up, you use this Jupyter Notebook, not the Jupyter Labs, but it is a Jupyter Notebook. Just launch here, then it will open up one of the pages onto your default browser. Okay, whatever is the browser that is available, it will open up something called like this: localhost colon 8888/tree. Okay, so all the way up to here, if you have done, so you are ready to go with your Jupyter notebook. Okay, so you have installed successfully your Anaconda and you can launch the Jupyter notebook. Okay, so if you have installed Anaconda, then you can do, get ready for the hands-on experiencing the magic of, simple Python programs, how they get executed. Okay, so in a programming world, we always start with a simple code where just we shout out loud saying that hello world, I have started my programming career. That's the way we do. That's how most of our programming careers have started in C or VB or any of those programs. Whatever you compiled, if you we always execute this one line of code and we figure out that okay, now my system is ready for the execution. So that is we can do again. For doing that, what we have to do, just you click on here new, new notebook. This is the Python, here we call it as notebook. So in the during the sessions, whatever the sessions that we are conducting, for example here I will just show it to you. Python programs batch one. So each session we have created one notebook, whatever the data that we are uploading, downloading, all these, we will be providing it to you, these notebooks as well for your own practice, etc. Okay, so just I have created, again I'm showing it to you. Just click on Python 3. This is the notebook, new notebook. It will open up a fresh tab with an untitled name. So please do rename it, whatever is the name you want to use it. Like for example, demo class. This is 11th of September 2024. Right? Just I rename it. This is how you can always rename that into so that it comes here. And I will just go to my default folder. You can see this is the demo class 11th September 2024. That is the file which has opened. So as I was showing it to you, just what is this command? It's about print. It says hello world, right? This is the code that we have. So what does this print do? Print does, some whatever you want to tell the user, you would be using like something called print command. Once you use the print with the, these normal brackets with the input, whatever the text that you want to say, it will execute this command and output whatever the you wanted to say to user. So once you have written this line of code, how do we execute? There are two ways. One is this, use this run cell. Just you click on here, your code will get executed. Or the second way is just I'm copying it and pasting it here in the next one. I'm say just, I will type maybe KSR. Okay, this is my abbreviated name. I can also use, just use shift enter. Okay, these are the two ways in which you can execute the program. So don't worry, most of the times it's not that much complicated. Just you have to use this run button, it will be sufficient for you to execute. Just you keep on clicking the cells. When you get used to a lot of number of times, maybe you are quickly typing and you want to get it executed, then you have to press shift plus enter together. Okay, then that lines of code will get executed. So if you are able to come up to here, then I would say you have successfully configured your Anaconda, your Python, and you are able to start getting executed with the your lines of code. Okay, it's very up to that easy also right now to execute the Python code. It is so easy, just we started the session at around 7:05. By 7:30, if you are able to learn that how to install the Python and execute a single line of code, that itself is pretty fast, for any programming language to be able to do this. So that's how Python has been popular and it's very useful. Okay, so just quickly, I would give you some brief background about the course so that you can get the details of the course. So what are the things that we are going to cover? So we are this is course that we are going to have is for 1 month, which is approximately 30 plus hours of learning will be provided. That is directly I will be taking the sessions, and you will be having 15 sessions, which will be covering a lot of topics. I'll just post details. I'll just open up and I will show it to you. Okay, so topics that we are going to cover is, this introduction to Python and setting up the environment. We will have a lot more detailed discussion there. Then we'll learn about basic data types. Then we talk about control structures, if, and else statements. Then we'll talk about the loops, break and continue statements, functions, modules, how you can build up your own modules and libraries, standard libraries, how to use them. And we'll also start working with the data, lists and dictionaries, tuples and sets. And then finally I will give you introduction to all the 6 project topics. And we will also have how you can use the API, for your quick data acquisition from third party apps, different kinds of places, especially like open weather API, or maybe some of your trading softwares like Upstock, Zerodha, or Angel Broking. Those APIs which have been provided, how you can get the data, that part is also covered here, like fetching data. Then we will also talk of relevant libraries, pandas for basically data analytics, and NumPy and Matplotlib is for visualization. That's how we are going to cover most of the data visualizations. We'll also be covering basics of AI. Just we are going to introduce you there. We are not going into much deeper AI and things like that. So maybe in the future we might be having one of the courses where generative AI will be there. These topics will be elaborated much bigger way. But as of now, it's just 1 hour of introduction to AI. That's the kind of concepts that we are going to do. And then we start off with a basic projects where we do some basic data pre-processing and visualization to understand what kind of data is there. Then we will implement the start implementing the core project, the projects that people have made the choice. We'll start implementing those projects. Then we'll learn about some level of chat gpt, how you can use the chat gpt for your project execution. At this point of time, I would say, this whole course we designed because I feel there is absolutely no future for coders. The only future that is going to be there is for the programmers, where if you know only just because you know the syntax of certain programming language, you will be hired is unlikely. you know you should be able to make programs to execute, because right now the code generation is so easy. At the end of today's session, you can also generate for any particular program any code. That's not at all a problem at all. Thanks to ChatGPT, you ask it, it will quickly give you the result. But in today's session itself, I will show you what are the precautions that you need to take. And this course has been designed that in such a way that we will use the ChatGPT, generate the code. And since I have already covered the basics in the first 6 7 sessions, you will be able to understand that code and compile, test, debugging. That is actually today's key sections of programmers. That is very 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 essential in the field. you know that is where we would be talking of what is how you should provide appropriately the prompt, so that people will be able to you will be able to get appropriate code. It's some of the tips and tricks will be provided there. And we will start executing our projects. And we will test and debug, and what are the problems that we are facing. We'll try to optimize, and performance tuning we'll try to cover there. All these parts are based on the project, and at what level all the participants want the project to be there. We will try to cover that based on all the topics that all these topics will be subjected to the participants reception and what kind of thing that they would like to take it forward. Okay, so those are the topics that we'll be covering in the course. So, we'll be doing two real end-to-end projects that will be covered, and we are going to have morning 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. IST, Indian Standard Time, and on 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, of course, you will have rest of the days sufficient work to practice and execute the codes, and you can develop your own appetite for the programming. So if you are able to execute all the after attending the classes, all the codes, you should be able to learn significant amount of Python programming at the end of 30 days. It's approximately 1 month and 15 days, because in a week we are going to have only 4 sessions, so that makes alone 1 month. Okay, so we're going to have next batch starting, that is tomorrow morning itself, 12th of September. So please do call or WhatsApp on our enrollment. If you're interested in this course, please do um, call or WhatsApp to enroll into this course. So the course fees is 5,000 rupees. The market value of usually people offer it around 10 to 20K, anywhere between that is the kind of price that usually this kind of course content is being offered. And Raj Informatica has been offering you, all the courses with a value. So that is why this course is also being offered at 5K. Okay, and you can directly pay using the GPay number. Please feel free to contact there, and you can pay that GPay number. So as a complimentary to the today's for whoever is getting registered into these courses, the Raj is has recorded some of these sections, sessions of his Oracle SQL, 15 plus hours of video. This is really one of the very nice videos that I have watched. This is for the people who doesn't have any background of anything which is related to data or database, nothing if you know about, still you will be able to get and started off with all the SQL, lot of basic understanding of SQL. You should be able to execute all your lines. You'll be able to do a lot of things with the help of this video. uh, there is a some of these topics, we are also going to cover in Python, but that will not be in depth as what Raj has covered in these videos. Like, for example, actually what is data, you know and what is database, how to use this database. It's explained in a very, 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 very simple language. If you go through those videos, you will understand that it has been done to such an extent that a very uh, person without a programming knowledge or anything, you will be able to understand basically what is database, and with full details. That's the this will be a complimentary for all the people who will be registering into our this Python course. Okay, so we'll quickly continue with our presentation. Okay, so this is where I was just talking of that you can run the first Python script. Just type print hello world. That's what we did here. We just print hello world. We typed here in the code block. This is called code block, where you are going to write the code lines of code, and just you press run. That lines of code will get executed, and you will see some output. That output is based on whatever you are saying. In this case, it is the print command that we have used, and hence it has printed whatever you wanted to print. In this case, it is hello world. In this case, it is hello KSR. That's what I wanted to print. It has got printed, right? Okay. So then quickly, just I will try to quickly give you the glimpse of what kind of data types and variables are available in the Python. There are basically, four basic data types. That's integers. Integers are nothing but a full numbers. These can be like, 10, 20. These are like a full numbers. Like for example, it is like, the number of our session participants. It went from, somewhere around 35 were there. Right now it's around 24, 25. It's changing. That's the kind of number. These cannot be a decimal value, right? We cannot be having a participants to be 35.1 participants. So that's where usually we use something called integers, right? Where there is no decimal. So wherever there is a decimal, we have something called 3.14. This is a decimal, right? This we call it as in floats. These are the float is a number which is having a floating point. This point followed by certain numbers, we call that as a float. And these are the two different kinds of variables. In Python, you don't need to say what is the variable. Okay. Like, for example, in C, if I have to use a variable like x is equals to 10, first I have to tell what is x. But in Python, that is not required. It's automatically typecasted. So whatever the variable value that I'm assigning, it will take automatically appropriately whatever is the variable type that is required. Okay, so it has taken x equals to 10 and y equals to 3, y equals to 3.14. If I run x is having a value of 10. Of course, I will also show you in the first session about data types and variables, how to identify what is the variable this is getting created and what is the y variable, how to extract data types, some information, all that will be covered in the as a part of the course. But here, just I'm trying to quickly take you through how you can do. There is also like, for example, I can create a variable called name. I would say just my name. So the name is equals to Sudheendra. Okay. This is called a string. What is string? It's like, this is a string. What is the string? It has a color, sequence of characters. That is what is known as strings. I'm using shift enter. So it got executed. My name is saved. So if you want to see what is the name, just I will type here and execute. I'll get the name to be variable to be Sudheendra. Okay. So once you have executed, these variables are still running. It remembers. And just you can also do, there is one more fourth variable that's called Boolean. Okay. Just I will say is student. This is kind of thing. I can say true. Okay. This is, you can see that it is getting highlighted with the green color. That means it is something related to your syntax. It is, this is the kind of variable which is having a identified to be something which is a special keyword. Okay. Just I will say is student. So if you want, I can just reprint this and see it will say what is the value of each student? It is true. So there are four basic different types. One is the int, float, string, and boolean. These are the four different types, and you can get that information so that what kind of variable, what is the type of things, all that is out of the scope for this kind of demonstration class, because we have planned for a 1 hour session, so we might be a little overshooting by 1 hour 15 minutes. So I don't want all those things to be lagging. So I want to give you the glimpse of the course, so I'm trying to give you that. Okay. So you can do some arithmetic operations, like for example, sum is equals to x plus y. Okay, I will execute this. Sum got saved. Now I'll say print sum. Okay, I can print this and see my sum is 13.14. Why? Because my x is 10, y is 3.4. So both got added and become sum. So it might be very trivial, your initial programs will be very, very trivial. That's how we always start. Once it keeps on getting complicated, at some point of time, you will feel that when did we go into such a complicated program? You won't even realize. Okay. So there is something like, you can also add strings. Like, for example, I would say greetings. Okay. Greetings is equals to, I will say hello. Okay. Space, maybe hello, comma, space. Okay. Plus name. This is the variable that I have printed already, right? Okay. I will say print greetings. Okay. This is how I can add the string. So it says I have saved the variable called name. So it has become hello Sudheendra. Okay. This is how you can simply say, you can add those two variables. One is the string. Maybe you can also have two strings, greeting message plus name. That could be there. Hello Sudheendra. Both of them to be different variables. That kind of options are also there. So you can do simply like this, right? So that is the way that you can do string manipulation, right? The next is, there is something called control structures. In the programming, control structure is a very, very important thing. Based on certain conditions, you want to execute certain lines of code. Like for example, somebody is having a voting rights. You want to figure out whether that person has a you can have multiple people, from a village. All the peoples are getting enrolled into your database, and based on the age, you want to say whether that person is eligible to vote or not, whether he's an adult or not, you want to print, right? So just this program is like, age is equals to greater than 18. You say you are adult, age is less than 18, then it will print it as you are a minor. So here we are trying to define by default, but in the program, that's not, how you can get it this dynamically, right? So I have defined age is equals to 20. If age is greater than 18, I would say print, okay, you have voting rights. Okay, you have voting rights. Okay, I will say else. So this syntax, how we are going to write, like, if condition, it's like, the way that we read the English language, right? That's how it is. If age is greater than 18, and you are saying that print, you have voting rights, else print, sorry, you cannot vote, right? This is what I want, right? I'll just execute this. You have voting rights. I'll just copy this. I'll paste it here. I'll just say this to be 16. Okay, I'll rerun this. See, sorry, you cannot vote. So this age, I can always keep on changing the variable. My sentence, I will be keep on using this condition. I can get the output. That is what is meant by control structures, where you can, based on a particular variables, a value, you can execute certain lines of code. Okay, you can try to write a simple program that checks if a number is positive or negative or zero. You can try to execute these lines of code, and let's see how you can try to execute these lines of code, and you will try to figure out what are the things that you would be requiring. Okay, then the next one is loops. You would be required to run multiple things, for multiple the same lines of code. For example, I want to print I, like for example, for I in range. So these are different functions that are possible. Range is a function which creates up to in an integer space 0 to 5. So basically 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are only 5 numbers: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the range that it creates. Okay, I want to say print I. Okay, if I print this, it is printing, like, it has looped I from range of 5. I can also do this, I can also change the default value. What is the default value? Earlier it was 0. I would say maybe 2 to 5. Let's print this and see. So it has printed 2, 3, 4. It has not printed 5. The last number is not printed because In Python, it is zeroed. So like for example, it is 5, it starts with 0 and goes all the way up to one number less than the number that is, this is counting as 1 2 3 4 5, right? That is why it has created like that. In this case, it is 5 minus 2 is 3 numbers that is will be printed, 2 3 4. So there are 3 numbers that it has printed. That is how you can use the for loop. Similarly, you can use while loop. So there are different things that you can do with, there is a difference between, no, all these details we'll be discussing in our course, where each and everything will be explained with a much more detail, so that anybody who doesn't even have a programming background should be able to understand. Okay, so coming to functions, functions are actually, if I tell you, it's the actually building blocks for any bigger program. So, like, any two lines of code, if you are writing it two times in any of your program, then you are not a good programmer. You should use always functions to execute that two lines of code into a much briefer way, so that you can keep on recalling that two lines of code again and again. So this is a very simple function. Just we are trying to demonstrate. So how we are going to define a function in Python? Just we are going to say def, let's say greetings. Okay, greetings. I would take the variable something called name. This is the variable. What is this function is supposed to do? Of course, don't worry. If you are getting enrolled into the course, we will have a lot more detailed discussion on why, how the syntax, why this colon is being used. Each and every stage, we are going to explain all the details. But for today's session, just I'm trying to cover the basics so that you will be able to understand a little bit of thing. Okay, I would say return. There is any function should return certain variables. So as soon as I typed in, I saw that it has not changed the color. That means there is some problem with my syntax. Okay, I would say return. See, it has changed the color. So I can figure out that this is a keyword, and if it has not changed the color, means there is some problem there, right? Define return. I would say hello, right? Maybe I should use, there is any string that you want to do, you should always use this single quotes. That is syntax of Python, where you are trying to tell you the strings. There is also other thing which you can also use double quote, and triple quote also you can use, but that's okay. Conventionally, you can use a single quote. It's one of the same. Okay, I would say name. Okay, this is the variable that I'm passing in, that is the name, and I want to create a function called greeting. So what does this function do? It takes the name, adds hello, and returns it. Okay, just I will execute this. My function is ready, it got executed, right? If it is an error, let me say, maybe maybe at some point of time you will see that there could be errors. That time I will show you what kind of errors that are going to be coming in. Okay, I'll just continue from there. So just you can use the command like print. Okay, I'll just call greetings. Okay, and inside that I would say Raj Cloud Technologies. Okay, this is the way that I can call my function. This is the function greetings, right? I have created a function greeting. I have executed. My function is ready. So just I have to call my function with the argument this name I am passing in as Raj Cloud Technologies, right? Just I will execute this. So what did it do? It went inside the function as Raj Cloud Technologies. It took and added hello in front and came back with hello Raj Cloud Technologies. And that is what I have printed. Now, how these functions are being used, I can say, just, maybe, RCT, Raj Cloud Technologies abbreviation, right? So just I will print this. See, it has changed. So any two lines of code that you are executing, it becomes a single line of code. You are calling, greetings will be keep on getting added. So it could be completely different also. Like for example, maybe sentence, just I will not do this here. I can do multiple things, like for example, I'm not going to execute. I'm only just writing the code. Okay. Maybe string is equals to, okay, I will say this. Okay, I can do this. Maybe final string is equals to, I can say, like this, plus, right? Have a great day. Okay, so I can do this. Maybe I will just add a full stop at the end of the name and have a great day, right? I can do this spelling mistake, have a great day. Just I will execute this. Now I will say same line of code, I will get it executed here. I'll run this. It says none. Why? Because there is some problem somewhere. Let me see. Oh, okay. I have not returned anything. As of now, I have not returned, but I have to see. This is the code execution. So if you say return none, it is returning nothing actually. I have to rerun this. Okay. See, it says, hello RCT, have a great day. So you can do multiple things there and return that into a single function. That is how functions have been popular, and you can do a lot of things. You can try to create a factorial of a number, and I hope most of you know about this factorial. Like 2 factorial is 2 into 1, 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1, 5 factorial is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, right? That's what is factorial. So you can write function like this and try to create how to calculate. But as of now, writing that kind of code, you have to apply a lot of brain, and that has become now obsolete. Doing that, you will not be getting. It's like, I always keep on telling in most of my classes that I take. I Different people, when they're trying to innovate, I always tell, we should not be reinventing the wheel again and again. What do I mean by that? Somebody has invented a wheel at some point of time. Even now we are keep on reinventing the same wheel, means there is no use, right? All the technology that has been developed should be adopted, and we should progress further. So thanks to ChatGPT, you would be able to do a lot of things with the help of that. Let me see, I will show it to you. This is the ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can do a lot of it. Just you have to, once you go there, it'll ask for a login. You can create a login there, and once you have logged in, it will come like this. I don't know how many of you are using the ChatGPT. You can start using it. It's very, very effective and very good. Okay, I'll just ask it. I want to I want help in Python program. Okay, in Python programming. Okay, let's see what does it say. If I, it's like an artificial intelligence is, this chat gpt is like, a person who is trying to answer our questions. Okay. What happened? Why is it taking so much time? Usually this shouldn't take this much of time. Just can somebody confirm, am I audible? Put it in chat. Just let me see. Hello. Hello. Did I lose the connection? Hello. Can you please confirm? Yeah, it's audible. Okay, Vigneshwari. Yeah, thank you. So I thought, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Mary. So I am audible. Okay, good. So I don't know why it went up like that. Okay, Chat GPT. Let me see. Why is it not getting executed? Maybe I'll just rerun this. Okay. it started printing. Okay. What specific help do you need in Python programming? Are you working on a particular project or trying to solve a problem? It is asking like this. It is trying to interact with you, whatever the things that you want help for, right? So since I have asked a specific question in here, like, write a function that calculates the factorial of a number. I'll just let me see. I'll ask the chat GPT and see what does it give, you know. Okay. So here is a Python function to calculate. See, it's trying to explain. Okay, calculate the factorial of a using the recursion. There are methods, right? So it says, factorial is n, and it is trying to multiply n into n minus 1. It keeps on returning. If it is n is equals to 0 or 1, it is going to return 1, right? So it keeps on coming into loop multiple times and it executes. Okay, so let me take this and directly put my code and try to write it here. Okay, this is the function that my chat GPT has given. I will try to run this and see, factorial of 5 is 120. Here I am saying number is equals to 5, right? Just I will say I have executed this line of code. I'll put it here. I'll say, factorial of 6, right? I will run this. See, factorial of 6 is 120, right? 120, sorry, 720. 120 into 6 is 720. I can change the number and keep on executing. So this is the power of, how we can use your chat GPT into getting your code executed. That's the next slide that I had. You can factorial of a number. There are different approaches. It gives you, chat GPT gives you different versions for different times. It's not that every time you run you will get the same information. But what is important with the chat GPT is this: how, chat GPT can make mistakes, check important info. That is where this course we try to design in such a way that you know the basics, you understand whatever the Python code that you are writing, then you can execute your code based on, your understanding, that if it is generating some logic, whether you're able to follow it or not. And in fact, just to give you a brief background, this whole course I had designed because, earlier when I used to write the programs, for various applications, um, you have to write from, starting from the syntax, testing, debugging. It used to take a lot amount of time. Earlier, for any one particular application, if I am writing a small project, because of my own time constraint, I used to take around 6 months. Now, thanks to ChatGPT, I am able to do it in a flat, 6 to 10 days of time. Even earlier, I used to take 6 months. I was able to execute it in 6 to 10 days of time. And that is how, when I approached, since Raj is my childhood friend, we had talked, and can we translate this into a course where people can get benefited out of, both the things, who doesn't know anything about Python and basic programming. At the same time, they want to start off certain background with the Python, programming, and they want to execute certain projects and feel confident that they can write their own projects and execute the lines of code. So that's how this whole course, we wanted to make sure that you feel confident enough. So that is why we are doing it in 2 projects out of this course, so that you gain a full confidence of this course, that at the end of the course you can, in fact, even in the last batch one when we executed, uh, I had given enough pointers in the end that, okay, you do these modifications and make your own independent project. Though I have given all the support that was required, but you can build your own independent project by the end of these 15 sessions, with the help and support that I have provided. And you can present this to be your own independent project that you have executed. Okay, that is the basic purpose on which we have designed this course. And that's the overall thing about this course, and one of the popular things about this Python is these libraries. Of course, I will be helping you, just these, couple of lines will make your plotting journey so easy, so smooth. Just you execute these line of code. There are a lot of inbuilt libraries. We will also tell you as a process, in this course, how to install those kind of public libraries, how to use the default libraries, how to use, public libraries, how you can build whatever the code that you have written also into a particular library, so that whatever the code that you have written, you can reuse it by yourself. And the Python has been popular because, people have developed a lot of public libraries, uh, that is where again the reinventing of cycle, the wheel that should not be done. So if somebody has written, all the code, they can share it in the form of functions and we can use them directly. A lot of people are putting in the efforts, all that can be have been made into libraries. So we'll also teach you how to use those libraries and how to make your own library. Both are a part of this course that we are trying to develop. So these are being widely used for data science, web development, and automation. That's where these libraries are being used. And we'll introduce you to popular Python libraries like Pandas, NumPy, and Matplotlib. For these are data visualization and plotting. So it's very, very useful for you to do that. Okay. So some of these things becomes very trivial once you start learning all those things. And by the end of this course, you will be able to use all the public libraries. You will also be able to create your own all the code into a independent library. That is also part of this course. We'll be covering all this. And in conclusion, we'll be covering the basic topics of Python, and we'll be having a comprehensive curriculum covering the Python fundamentals to some basic advanced topics like data analytics with pandas and NumPy, data frames. We'll be using them for data pre-processing, all that, some of the advanced topics also will be covering. We'll be doing 2 hands-on projects out of the 6 chosen domains. What are the domains that we have? We have picked up these kind of 6 domains: healthcare, warehouse management, e-commerce, education, student performance analysis, and finance, personal budgeting tools. These are the kinds of apps that people are trying to build with their own. That's the way that we are trying to also help you in when you are trying to present your projects. It would become more relevant. And something called algorithmic trading with a 50 ms strategy. So this is we will execute these projects from end to end. And among these 6, we will have a user preference poll. Based on the top 2 choices, we will make those projects to be executed during the course. And of course, those projects you can build upon and show them as your own independent projects that you have developed. Okay, because I will be providing only the basic framework, and I will give you a lot of options where you can explore your own things and make your own course, your own project. That is how it is. Okay, what you will be learning by the end of this course: writing the Python scripts, understanding the basic syntax. You will be able to feel confident that now at the end of this course, even today's session, you can execute the Python code. But by the end of that course, you will be write your own Python scripts with the help of ChatGPT, execute the projects. Okay, and you can create your own functions and modules, and of course libraries for your future use, or making it public libraries, etc. Some amount of fetching and processing of the data using APIs. Like for example, weather API is there, which is a open weather API where you can get the information about the weather at different locations and etc. Or financial informations that there are a lot of APIs that are available, like Upstock and more Upstock, Zerodha. Those are APIs you can use it for getting the financial informations also. Then we will do certain amount of data analytics with the pandas, like data cleaning, how to figure out whether there is any problem with any particular row or column, how many rows are there. All that information we'll be able to extract it with the Python. We'll also be doing visualizing the data. That gives you actually more exact feeling of the data. It's always a image speaks thousand words, right? So that makes visualizing the data is very very important for data analytics. And we will be also doing some amount of Python skills for real world applications, where we'll be developing two of the projects from the scratch. And we'll also be learning about the some basic AI concepts, like what is AI and what is machine learning. uh, it's just introduction, nothing more, and how they are being used, like generative AI, like chat GPT, etc. And we'll be using this chat GPT for prompt engineering, where we are trying to give appropriate prompts for our project execution. And we'll also be learning about for chat GPT, using chat GPT, how you can develop your project. So one quick question, always, most of you will be having: do you require coding knowledge? I My answer would be no. For joining this course, you don't require any coding language. We will start with the basics, with the basic assumption that you do not know anything about coding. Okay, that's how we start. So I would quickly take questions. Please do post your questions in the chat initially. If you are not able to answer, please, if I have not answered, please, you can go ahead and ask, unmute yourself and ask, at some point of time. So we are open for questions. Please do post your questions. I can answer them. Please feel free to post your questions on the chat. Okay, let me go through if any of the questions have come earlier. Uh, okay, Aniket, are you there? The curriculum covers general Python. Okay, Aniket. Okay. It has the future or not? See, Ramesh, definitely, the data science itself is a branch which is evolving. And if you are not upgrading your skills over a period of time, then there is no future, right? So you have to upgrade your skills over a period of time. So it's not that of course, my take would be that for this question I had been always people are asking that AI will make a lot of people to lose the jobs, all that kind of thing. I still remember in my when I was a child, approximately maybe 8-10 years old. That time, in 90s, 1992, in between that time, people used to say when the computers come, a lot of people will lose the job, right? But what happened in India right now? Most of the jobs that are being, most of the jobs, the whole Indian growth trajectory from 1992 to today is based on the software industry. There are a lot of opportunities that have been created. Okay. Yeah. As of now, I have KSD. As of now, we have not yet enabled unmute access. Please, you can type in, and at that, yeah, Krishnasri, sorry, I think your abbreviated name is there, KSD, so that's why I said that. We will give you unmute access once all the questions who have been typed in are taken in. Okay. So, I still remember that that point of time there was a lot of opposition that if the computers come in, a lot of machines come in, then a lot of people will lose their job. But instead, I would say it has created a new opportunities, and lot of people also, like, white collar jobs, like most of the software industry has got evolved because we could adopt the computers at the right juncture, as an India. So right now the country's growth is because of that, and that is the way that it is also going to be in the future. If you are not adapting to the new technologies, and your value is not getting created, then there is no future. But definitely, if you are learning with the new technologies, and my stake in a single sentence would be, programmers are the future. Coders, there is no future, because you can generate the code with the generative AI like ChatGPT, but still people are required to debug and execute the logic. For example, uh, somebody will say ki, I want to, like for example, I want to test certain program. Okay, I want to write the program, this logic you can generate with the chat gpt. It is not going to work always. There are errors which are going to be caused. Who is going to debug? So you should be aware of what are the things that ChatGPT is going to be making mistake. You should be aware of the programming syntax. Do you need to buy heart? No. Today's world is not expecting you to buy heart that okay, I have to type def. If I'm asking you to type in tuck 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 tuck, tuck, that is gone. But yeah, it's definitely will be required in that sense that you should be able to understand the Python syntax. Yes, you should be able to figure out the mistakes that logical flow that ChatGPT has created. Yes, you would be required to know. If you know these two things, if you know what you are doing, that's what is a programmer is expected to do, then there is a future. Okay. Question two, based on two projects, can I write any project on myself in real time? Mary, yes, it's possible. In fact, I would be more than happy to help you in any of the projects. All the six topics are open to you. You can extract out, I will give you all the possible help where you can get the data set and all the things. You can start using your project execution. I'll be helping you in executing your own independent project. It's not that you will be getting the support only during the time that you have enrolled during the course. In fact, we will be having a dedicated group for each batch. There you can post your own queries or problems that you are facing. You will be having your own network of people that whoever is in your all your batch participants are there. They can answer your questions, you can answer your friends question, through which you are going to learn a lot more. And of course, if nobody is able to answer, I am always there. I would respond to that particular post on one to one and in the group as it is. If the problem is bigger, then I will answer on in the group. If it is a smaller mistake and somebody is more trying to, we can also take one to one support also. That is also possible. That's yeah, you can create your own independent project. We will help you all the way. There is no problem. Yeah, this is Krishna. Um, Krishna Shri, right? Krishna Shri. Okay. Uh, Let me take that question. Yeah, Krishna, what AI concepts are covered? What machine learning neural network concepts are covered? Do we have assignments, test daily? Do we need to do project with the group or individual? Krishna Shri, see, AI concepts, it's only the basics that I'm going to cover. Like, how generative AI, that is basically the chat GPT, is based on how the world is changing over with this. This is just 1 hour topic. AI itself is a very very big topic. I will not be covering. It's only the basics part. For 1 hour I would be covering, where I would be explaining how AI is being deployed, what was the history, something like where did it started off with automation, how did AI come in, from there how did machine learning come in, what is the sub part of it, neural network concepts, how. I will be covering only basics. Just understand that it is just 1 hour session where I would be covering all these topics. Yes, coming to, do we have assignments, tests daily? Yes. The more about it is that, I will be giving these notebooks. I will also be giving you some practice sessions. You have to practice. You have to do your own lot of things. I would be giving you certain tasks in the class. I will tell you how to do all these additional things by your own. If you do it, and if you are facing any problems, you can always approach me and I will help you out. Tests daily. uh, Unfortunately, it's not that we want to evaluate you. It's more like you learning. You have to be the driving force. you know I'm 100% sure all of you are here to learn, right? So if you are wanting to learn, you have to spend your time. Just because I take a test, it's no more for marks. That's I think that game is over. You have passed your all the courses. It's more of what you want to learn, whether you are learning it with passionate or not. And of course, you will be having all the recordings, and you can always get help from me. I, as an instructor, will always be available for you to help you. And of course, based on my own other time commitments, I do respond usually within 24 hours. That's I will say ki, okay, maybe we can discuss over weekends, I will help you like that. Yeah. Do we need to do project with the group or individual? See, these projects I will be executing one by one in during the sessions. You will be provided with the code and some pointers. Like for example, I can tell you what was the projects that we had done in the last batch. Like for example, that algorithmic trading 50 EMA, right? I had executed all the codes. I had shown them how the code has to be executed. What are the things that you need to write, what are the things that you need to consider. I have completely given along with the code, that notebook that just now I have. Even today's session, we will be sharing you with this this notebook. You can go back this demo class, 11th September 2024. You will be finding this just below the PPT, today's PPT, whatever is there. You can find this whole notebook. The same way we are also going to get all that support. But eventually it is okay, just a minute. Eventually, we will also be giving certain topics, like, why don't you do it with 20 EMA, 100 EMA, and how we can increase the losses, how we can increase the profit by reducing the profit, by reducing the losses, increase the profit. There are a lot of conditions which you can create. Can you think of any other logic? Not only EMA, SMA, there are other trading, tools that are available. Maybe like, Bollinger Band. You can create your own any of that as an individual. You know, I will be able to help you. That's what it is. Okay, Krishna, Krishna Sai, and Ramesh, sir. Where are you from, sir? Take the classes. Okay. I would be taking. So that's a tricky question. So right now, currently physically I'm located at Kanpur. Yeah, but the classes will be online, so it will be from morning 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So yeah, I right now presently, because I have incubated my company, I would be I'm there inside campus. Yeah. So Aniket, sir, do we have a separate course covering detailed course like AI generation in detail? So, Aniket, as of now, I don't think so. We are yet to float such course. We maybe, I don't know, maybe in a month's time or so, we might come up with a generative AI course, that is Raj Informatica as such. And if Raj Informatica feels, then maybe I might float such a course. I don't know. As of now, just we are starting with Python batch 2 tomorrow. That's that much sure. And in the process, maybe if such a course is floated, we will consider that, as at the end of it. Yeah. Do we, Krishna Sai, do we need to attend daily classes, or we can see the reward session if we are not available? Can you explain the algorithm trading health projects in details? See, um, Krishna Sai, it's like this. He, I want full stack Python course. Just Ramesh, just a minute. I'll answer this Krishna Sai's question. You will be getting the recorded videos, but it's always advisable to have sessions attended. But in case if you're not available for specific days, yes, recorded videos will be available. But do not try to miss, that one-to-one connect is very, very important in learning. And explain algorithmic trading. This will be, yes, around 5 sessions. Out of these, I would say project will be taking around six sessions will be dedicated to projects, where I will be introducing what is this algorithmic trading, what is trading, what is market, what is, Nifty 50, all the things. See, the basic assumption is that anybody who is registering in this course, they don't know anything about programming or any of the background. So I will be explaining it in full details about how these are, and by the end of the project you will understand how it is happening. If I cannot be sure of health and finance, but definitely uh, two of the topics where most of the participants have made the choice, I will try to explain the data, what are the things. And of course, you have asked all the three things which are with my own favorite topics. I am into finance, and I had worked in a healthcare sector into biosensors development at some point of time. So all these topics I am having extensive knowledge of, apart from my own programming, knowledge. So that's, I will be able to explain much more in the program, in the course. But as a, this session, I don't think so. I will be able to take it too much detail about there. But yeah, this all the course content, details will are available on our website. This Raj Cloud Technologies. If you go to the website, and Raj Informatica, that is there. Just let me take you there. Just maybe, I'll just click here. I'll just where is Python course? This is the one, right? You go there and you will find all the details, like, download the syllabus is available. You click on that, the word file that I'm showing it to you with all the details. You will get full details, like, all these, what are the things that, creating interactive dashboard. That's what this time people had made a choice of e-commerce and algorithmic trading. So we had taken these two as a projects that we had built in the batch one, right? So in the next batch, I don't know what are the things, what people make the choice. Based on that, I will take up those two projects. Okay. Ramesh, I want full stack Python, sir. So as of now, there is one course that was running. That course is yet to be completed, as I know. Once that happens, maybe Python's basics, since this course is getting covered, maybe we are going to have topped up courses on that side. I'm not sure how that is going to work out. Maybe, you can approach our support team, and they will be able to clarify you how you can register for full stack Python. If you are registering into those course, is there any option of utilizing this, as well as there are two other programs full stack. In that, we have something called Python Basic, Python Advanced, and Python Expert. So there, I think all the three levels are different ones. So we have to see how much of you can directly enroll it into expert and advanced or not. That you can approach to our support team, and they will be able to help you out. Okay. If anybody wants to have an unmute access, I will try to give that unmute access. You can take it and quickly take that, okay. Mute participants, allow participant to unmute themselves. Okay. Now I have given you unmute access. Please feel free to ask the questions. And, thank you, Krishna. If I still got any of the questions, will you provide us with the individual issue work specific domain to get that domain experience? Then how? See, if I will help you in terms of, Again, I would just quickly show it to you, since you are more knowledge oriented. So I will ask you, uh, just use the chat GPT. It will be able to, like, for example, we have written a program for factorial, right? If you don't know anything about factorial, it is possible, like, you might have completely forgotten about the factorial. So I can always take a help of chat GPT, right? I'll just ask this, what is factorial? Okay, just you ask chat gpt, it will explain you. Okay, just it is executing. This is a free version. I have not taken any paid version. This is absolutely free version. It will explain you factorial of a number is a product. Instead of, you can search it on internet. There you will have a lot of links. What is correct, what is not correct, you don't know. But here it is giving you a specific answer. It might not be 100% correct, but it can make mistakes. But if you're asking, I will also tell you why these kind of questions which are already factored in. Basically, what is generative AI? It has collected all the information, it has analyzed that, and it is trying to give that. So it is most likely all these informations will be correct. But if you ask something very new, it can make mistakes. Okay, it can have logical flaws. That and all you have to correct. So that is how it is. And Krishna Sai, so I can help you as much as possible, but yeah, you have to put in your efforts. If you're not able to understand, I can, I would say this, I am always of this opinion. Throughout my life, I have been learning. I have done my PhD in physics, but still, I keep on learning every day something completely new on a different topic and different things. That's how I have been. I could make programming, and I have done, I have sold the softwares. All that has happened because I had genuine interest in learning them. If you have genuine interest in learning them, please do start a domain, and I don't have any problem. We can work together, and Krishna Sai, and I can help you in with whatever the knowledge I have, and we can work together. No, that's not a problem. I hope I made it clear to you, Krishna Sai. Yeah, good. Thank you. Okay, if anybody wants to take unmute access and speak, and okay, just for my quick understanding, was this session made you realize that okay, you can do Python programming? Was it at least helpful for you to get that much of confidence that you can do? Anybody can, any of you can do a simple Python basic programming. Forget about syntax, forget about programming. Can you do it? Yeah, I think Sai says hi. Yeah, hi Sai. Please find JD. What is this JD? Sai, what is this JD? Okay, is the skills covered? Okay, you have given some okay course content. Um, bachelor's degree in computer science, proven expertise in testing AI models, strong understanding of generative AI models, proficiency in okay, and yeah, such as Python, automated test frameworks, PyTest. No, this automated testing frameworks we are not covering. Familiarity with the libraries, framework, TensorFlow we are not covering. PyTorch also we are not covering. Yes, we are covering to some extent GitHub, data validation techniques. Yes, this we are covering. Excellent. This is a skill that you must have developed over a period of time. I think work collaboratively. All these below skills are, I think, very specific skills that you must have acquired over a period of time. Fast paced, team oriented environment. Yeah, coming to this, we are covering up to first, second, third, fourth, and yeah, up to fourth. Fifth one, PyTest. Yeah, no, we are not covering automated testing frameworks. Familiarity with libraries, you can explore this. If you are facing any problem with that, either TensorFlow or PyTorch, we can discuss individually. But yeah, you have to explore. But yeah, we're not covering at this point of time. Yeah, but otherwise, knowledge of data validation techniques, yes, we are covering there. And GitHub also we are version controls. Yes, we are as of now we are not getting into detail, but yeah, I'm introducing it to you. And it's different versions, etc. It's just basic documentation that you need to go through. You'll be able to understand this part also. That's not the very complicated thing. Yeah. It all depends on when you are trying to create libraries, there are different versions that are being created, that and all you need to be working upon. And of course testing and optimization are the basics of AI model to some extent. Yes, we are going to cover that. But see, it is this is a very basic course. Don't expect that we are going to be a very experienced professional. I think these skill sets are required for experienced professionals. So if you have certain background, yes, you can pick up and you can take it from their side. Yeah, if anybody wants to unmute and speak about, at least are you feeling confident that you can write some basic Python program? All of you, whoever is available till now, please do message me so that I have spent a good amount of time. Yes, okay, thank you, Mary. Only one message. Yeah, Aniket. Yeah, thank you, Aniket. So yes, we can write. Good, Vigneshwari. So please do be confident, and of course, whether you join the course or not, that's a secondary thing. But at least whatever the spent we have spent at least 1.5 hour of time together, so that at the end of the session, you must have learned something. That's the basic thing. Yeah, we will discuss later these topics. Yes, we will be we will be covering all these things, most of these things in the course. After the course, any specific topics that one of you are wanting, we can always have individual discussions. That's not a very big deal. Yeah, that's the overall picture of the course. Just to summarize again, the course wise, we have this is a 1 month course. Fee is around 5,000 rupees. The market price is around 10,000 rupees. Yeah, but we'll also be getting a complimentary Oracle SQL recorded videos. And please do contact our support if you are planning to get it enrolled into the course. And that would be fantastic. And we can accelerate your learning process of Python through enrolling into this course. So that brings us the end of the session. So until unless if somebody has any questions, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and speak. I'll give you a couple of minutes. If I don't receive any questions, then I'll proceed towards ending the session. Okay. Krishna Sai, as of now, what are the other time slots in a day? As of now, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. is the only slot that makes me available at that point of time. But yeah, you will be provided with the recorded sessions if you are not able to join during that time. And as of now, that's the only time slot I'm available at this point of time. So maybe at later point of time I can take see, Sai, if I take this course, I will get the job or I need to learn more. See, if you are trying as a fresher, these skills would really help in accelerating your job applications, because you are going to demonstrate your project, whatever you are going to do. Your skill set will be much at a different level. But I cannot say that you will get a job, but you will be required to put in substantial amount of time and efforts if uh, um, you are just a fresher and you want to but if you execute the projects and if you are applying for fresher positions, you should be able to at least get interview calls, definitely. But maybe after attending you have to put in the efforts, like attending couple of interviews and trying to get the feel that what kind of questions are being asked, whether you're able to answer or not. That confidence has to come. It will be built up over a period of time, and definitely you can get a job, but it all depends on your efforts. See, in the course you will learn really a lot, and beyond that it all depends on you, how you put in your efforts in executing whatever you have learned in interviews. And until unless you gain that experience, it is a little difficult for you, for me to say directly whether you will be able to get a job or not. And definitely, if your skill sets are sufficient and matching for them, definitely they will at least take you for interview. Yeah, Sai. Thank you. Yeah. Anybody else? Please do post your questions. You can answer. Anybody? I have given already. I have enabled unmute access. You can take unmute access and speak if you want. Yeah. Yeah, Vigneshwari. I think you have unmuted. You can speak. Vigneshwari, I think you had unmuted. If you want to speak, go ahead and speak. Oh, nothing. Sorry, it was my mistake. Okay. Anybody else who wants to speak? Please feel free. And if you have any kind of doubt, anything related to course or Python or anything, I can take those questions. There is no problem. Whatever is coming to your mind in terms of a question, please go ahead. Phone number and email. Yeah, you can share your. You want my phone number and mail? No, I don't think so at this point of time. I am allowed to share. Maybe once you register into the course, that time, I would be more than happy. You'll be created along with me into a group. That time, you can get the contact details. But at this point of time, I should not be sharing those details, at this point of time. Okay, because of course this all the recording also will go into public domain. So once you as a participant, I would be providing all the support and help that is required. So uh, that's where you can get directly all the details. But if anybody has not shared their numbers, any of the maybe people who are watching the recordings also at later point of time, please do contact that, just contact our support numbers. And I'm sorry, I think I had lost the connection. So that's okay. So Martin, you had asked that you want this will be recorded on this recording will be uploaded on YouTube. Please do watch from the beginning. And session is starting tomorrow, and please do join there, and you will be enjoying our Python learning course. This journey. Python learning journey. You can enjoy the course. Yeah, that should be fantastic. Okay. So I think very little number of them are left. Thank you. So please do contact our support number if you are interested in enrolling into the course. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to end the session. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.